Hello everybody and welcome to a bit of a bloggy video about what you can expect from this channel in the next year. And there are some significant changes that I'm making to how I not mainly make the videos, but what my content is going to be about this year. Now, I have 3 cars. They're all staying with me this year. I don't intend to move any of them on unless something significantly changes in my life. You don't know what's around the corner at the end of the day. But the main point that I'm going to make is for the Rover subscribers, my channel is in 2 divisions, Ford and Rover, and or slash British Leyland, British cars, because I like British cars. Rover P6, classic car. I enjoy a lot of British classics and Fords generically. I'm not a Vauxhall person, although I do like certain Vauxhalls from the late 80s, early 90s, I will tell you that. And a few other niche brands. I like Saabs for a start. I think I'd have a Saab 100% at some point. So there are some niches within that narrow point of my channel, but Fords and Rovers. And I also make a pledge that this channel is an automatic channel. I seem to have gone the way of automatics with my choice of cars, but also because I enjoy automatics. And no other YouTuber focuses on automatics. They just rather say, well, I forget the automatics, we'll buy the manual. And I just think it's a choice at the end of the day. There's a lot of nasty stuff nasty comments that people make towards people that drive automatics. And it's not on, it's someone's choice. Come on, grow up. So I'm focusing on automatics on this channel. And every car I drive will be an automatic. I made that choice over Christmas. And you may have noticed why I may have made that choice if you watch Rob's Christmas collection video. There will be a very special Austin Rover car coming to the channel, but I'm not sure how that is going to materialise this year, but we'll think about that, and that may materialise quite nicely this year. But that's my channel in a nutshell. But overall, how is it going to pan out in the coming year? I think it's worth me pointing out for a start that my Ford content is very heavy at the moment, and my Rover content was heavy, and now it's a bit slower now. Now, with Project Beatrix, there are not many things that are wrong with that car. There's always jobs to do. There's always jobs to do. But there's not anything significant. That car is a semi-daily or daily driver now. It's looking dirty. It's got disc brake, and dust everywhere, and it's looking rather actually wet and sorry for itself, like most cars at this time of the year. But she runs fine. She runs absolutely fine. I've had no issues, nothing, no loss of fluid or anything like that. So touch wood, that continues. We have got a slight iffy about the brake fluid fractionally going down, but I'm sure it was a brake nipple. But I'm keeping an eye on that fluid level. But there's no issue with that master cylinder whatsoever. So scratching my head as to that one, but I'll keep monitoring it and see what goes on with that. But in terms of everything else, the only really annoying thing of the car is the door cards have sagged a bit again. Oh, I've had enough of them. The problem is you can't do it like the headliner, you can't re-glue them back on. You need to get new material and have it reupholstered properly. There are a couple of channels that have already done that, but I cannot be bothered to deal with that because it's just a problem that just reoccurs all the time. And my door cards, from what I've been told, they're actually not that bad. So I prefer to just leave them as they are and concentrate on the major problems of keeping the car running. And that's the main thing. I think it starts and drives and passes an MOT. That's the main thing, and that's the point. That's where my Mark 1 Focus was. That's how I treated that car back then. But now it's a very pleasured classic car, and it will become a much bigger classic in the time be. But Project Beatrix, there will be a few videos here and there. But this year it will be Ford top heavy. There'll be more Mark 1 videos, although probably just the same as last year, but it will be focused a lot on Mark 1s. And Project Ruby. Project Ruby is going very well, and we're making a lot of progress with that car. There have been some ups and downs, and the paintwork is being kicked back a little bit further than I wanted. But eventually we will get around to doing that. Unfortunately, my painter wants to respray the whole tailgate, and I said that's not on. I don't want it being totally resprayed because it's good paint. So I may actually spray that myself, but it won't look brilliant, but it will look better than what was there before. At the end of the day, if somebody wants to pay for professional paintwork, that's fine. But I don't want it to be a car that I don't feel I can drive with a few rough edges. I think that's important because if it was really, 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 really tidy, If I had it resprayed in all the areas that it needed respraying in professionally, I wouldn't want to drive it. It would be another car in another garage, and I just think I've got one car in a garage. You can't really keep doing that. I mean, I can't afford another garage realistically unless something significantly changes in my life. People need to start giving me more money in the live streams. That's what it is. No, that joke aside, but that's where I see the car, and it's a bit of fun. It's a fun car, and I'm going to enjoy that car because I've put all the effort in to make it look as nice as I possibly can on a, well, not a shoestring budget, but you know, a reasonable budget that most people would probably spend on that car. I didn't want to overspend because unfortunately people in the Mark III community don't think that Mark III Fiestas are worth more than about £1,000. On the contrary, Mark I Focuses, people do think that they're worth more than £1,000. In fact, most examples are going for about £2,000 to £3,000 at the moment, from what I'm seeing in the auctions on eBay, and in a lot of modern classic dealer specialists are buying tidy low mileage Mark I's at the moment. So things are moving on there, and that comes to my next point about why there is going to be way more Ford content. I need to create a better life balance for myself this year. And last year, I think I did too much. Maybe it's because I see the pound signs coming in, I see the income. Unfortunately, when you get an income and you think, I like this money, this is really helping me, you don't want to lose it. The problem is to maintain that sort of income. For a very small channel like mine, I need to make a video almost every day. That is not sustainable. That is what I've been doing, and it has come to some detriment through my social life, and I'm really not enjoying that. So I'm actually going back to basics. YouTube is working for me, but it isn't in some respects. So I'm going to say, do you know what? I'm just going to put X amount of videos up every month, and whatever income I get, I'm not going to worry about it. And I think that's the important frame of mind that many YouTubers probably fall into. When you get an income, you don't want to lose it, so you need to maintain the videos to maintain the income or increase the income. And it's like that, and I think it's a bit obsessive. And I've fallen into that trap slightly recently. So to the detriment of my social life, I have actually been pressing with videos. So you will not see as many videos this year. There may be one video every 3 days, which is what I aim for. One video every 3 days, maybe 4 days. It depends what works for me at a given time. In the winter, I've struggled to film things because of the rain and the darkness. And these are not good videos to film. I don't want to be filming. I'd rather give some better quality videos when it comes out. And I'm sure that people would agree with that. Yes, the content's one thing, but the quality of the videos has to be decent. So that's one thing I want to make clear now. The quality of the balance of my life has got to change. So therefore there'll be less videos. So and this brings me to the other point I'm going to mention. My focus videos do extremely well, and I'm not surprised because it's what I wanted for the car. I want the car to be on YouTube. I want the attention because I love the car as a marquee in itself, in its own right, and things are going good with the Mark I Preservation Group. I have my hands in a lot of pies at the moment. I've got the Rover CVT register, so obviously I'm contracted to always have a CVT Rover car at some point. So if Beatrix ever pops its clogs, I've got to get another one, unless I can find somebody else to run the group. Well, I could just be carless, but you know. But I started that group. It's a very small niche group that, and I haven't paid too much attention to that recently, so I'll probably get back on it at some point every so often. But the Mark I Preservation Group that I run, I founded it, and I'm in help by some very, very lovely enthusiasts who you've seen their cars on the channel, and the brilliant Dave's brilliant Ford Focus Silver, which is having a nut and bolt restoration by no stretch of the imagination. Alex's Tonic Blue 1.6 Zetec, which is in astonishing condition, which was owned by his granddad, and it passed to him, and he's continued loving that car in the same respect. And we've got Adam, who has a very lovely TDDI Mark I Focus, which it packs a punch, I can tell you. And I enjoyed the journey in that to the Festival of the Unexceptional. And these are all great people. And Jason with his Ford Puma as well as his Mark I. He's got two Mark I's. He's got a 1.6 Silver Well, not a silver, a moon silver, 3-door pre-facelift Zetec, and a TDCi in rather fetching colour of pepper red, I believe. I've got that right actually. That packs a punch as well, but he's also got a Puma as well, so he's got 3 Fords. Unbelievable. And these people helped to start the group and have been there at the start, so a shout out to all these lovely people. And the Mark 1 group is full of lovely people, so that's what I'm going to be concentrating on this year. I've got a lot of merchandise that I'm selling at the moment to just raise club funds. There will be 2 particular gatherings this year that the club will be doing. So I've organised 2 massive meets at the Great British Car Journey and Gaydon, the British Motor Museum. We can't refer to it as Gaydon these days, apparently. That's the British Motor Museum. So we've got all that. So I'm really busy with those 2 aspects, but mainly the Focus Mark 1 aspect. And then Project Ruby as a sidestep, you know, as like my hand in the classic car till as such. So my hand is in everything at the moment, and I really like where I am in terms of the balance of cars that I own, and I don't intend to buy another car this year. It's not like that. And with all this coupled together, I said at the start of this channel, because I've been going for almost 2 years now, come March it'll be 2 years since I started and made my first videos. I made a pledge to say that I would make the videos that I want to make, not because it gets views and it ticks boxes, because I want to make it. I can successfully tell you now, guys, I've made all the videos that I wanted to make. Maybe the odd 1 or 2 missing, but I've made all the videos that I want to make. And I'm very pleased at all the things that I've done. And now I'm focused on views, because if I want to get the income that I used to have, but with less videos, I need to aim for videos that are going to be watched. There's no point making videos now that I take a couple of hours, maybe an hour to film and a couple of hours to edit for about 100 views. And I'm afraid that sums up my Rover 45 videos. Very sadly, I had lots of great comments about Beatrix and my videos on Beatrix, but unfortunately, I seem a bit disenchanted by the lack of views for that car. Maybe people just don't like Rover 45s. Even the Rover community probably don't like them. Maybe they just prefer to watch MG ZS videos. I find them boring. I just, what are they apart from a Rover in a different frock with a slight bit more performance? I have just as much fun in a Rover 45. So, you know, each their own on that one, but maybe that's what people prefer to watch. Sadly, Rover 45s are going to die out because of that. And if the views that I'm getting are anything to go by, yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think Paul the Rover Man doesn't get particularly great views for some of his Rover 45 videos in the past. And he's the most well-known one there is in terms of Rover videos. I really admire his enthusiasm for the brand, but there's no enthusiasm. There's lack of enthusiasm for them. So I'm really sad that that's the case, but that motivates me to keep Beatrix in as good a condition as I possibly can within my finances. And she isn't going anywhere as a result of that. I really like this car. I love the way she drives, and it's sad, unfortunately, that it just isn't a brand, a massive brand following for Rover cars. But then again, you ask anybody under the age of 25 what a Rover is. Do you mean Jaguar Land Rover? No, I mean Rover, MG Rover. Oh, MG. Oh, they make good cars. No, MG Rover. They don't know what you're talking about. So that's the problem. That will be a problem for that brand in the future. I think it'll be just a niche brand that everybody has kind of forgotten over time. But anyway, that's enough about that. Focus Mark 1 content. Put a Focus Mark 1 video out. It gets 500 views in the first day. Rover content, I could leave it for a week. I leave a Beatrix episode for a week and it's still only got about 150. You see the problem there? So I'm aiming for videos that will get views. And usually it's the videos that actually I've enjoyed making, because I know that this video is going to get me X amount of views and it's going to be good. It's going to be good for the channel, Focus Mark 1 community, etc. And I'm all for that. So that's going to be the change this year. I'm going to be focusing more on Ford stuff because that's what gets views. Even my Project Ruby videos get 400 views within a few days. And I've only had that car 6 months. I've had time to build up a following from the Mark III community. Don't take offence to the Mark III community when I say you don't value them very much, but the truth is Mark III Fiestas aren't valued very much. And Project Ruby was up for sale in May on all the Facebook groups, and somebody could have bought it before me, but everybody kept saying that £2,500 was way too much for a 5-door, even though it was a Ghia on an F-Reg. Honestly, what planet are you on? I would definitely have said it was close to 2.5, being what the condition it was in. It's not worth that now, though. That's a £3,500 car, maybe £4,000. And I'm not saying that it's a gold mine. I never think any of my cars are gold mines, but it is. It just is. I could get somebody buying that for £4,000 in the condition it's in. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say in terms of the balance of content. In terms of the quality, it will remain the same. I am getting a GoPro very soon, but funds. Money please in the live stream. Joking. So I will get a wireless mic as well at some point, but I don't want to get too techie because that means that technology has got to pay for itself with the videos, and the videos are not paying at the moment for me to increase the quality of the videos. But there are a few videos, especially Mark 1 videos, where I think I would like this to be a lot better than what it is in terms of quality. But it's the content, isn't it? It's useful content, and that's what I aim to make. So that won't change whatsoever. But in terms of the channel going forwards, that's where I stand. So more focused Mark 1 content, lots of Project Ruby content. There might be an Austin Rover content in the summer. Rover content, Rover 45 content will be on a back burner, but it will come around every time we need to do something. Windscreen, need to change that damn windscreen. I'm actually considering changing it at home, believe it or not. I've seen enough videos of people changing a windscreen. I just need to get all the primer and the sealant and the glass suckers and all the glass cutting tools that you will need to do a good job. But at the end of the day, it's about being thorough and doing it properly. And I think I could get the windscreen centered better than someone did, because this is not the original windscreen. Someone's replaced it and put it on wrong. So that will be the case. It'll be done properly to make sure that it doesn't leak for a start, and make sure it's all bonded down. So that'll be an interesting video. So there's some interesting videos coming up. But I thought I would just like to go through what I'm doing with the channel. So in the coming year, you can expect less videos, more Ford ones, less Rover ones, but some surprising videos. And that's the way I'm going to roll, because it will give me more time for good life balance. And I've enjoyed working on my cars quite a few times behind the scenes, off camera. And I think I've realised that I did too many videos to the point where I actually got bored of videoing, and that's not a good thing. So I need to come back to YouTubing as a slight, how should I put it? Less often, but more enthusiastic and more high quality. Because you might have noticed I was not as enthusiastic for some of my videos, particularly Project Ruby videos, where it felt quite repetitive, because I've gone through the same process of Beatrix. So that will be the niche factor. We will be seeing some Mark 1 focuses on the channel, because I'm now at the stage where people are coming to me and saying, I need a cam belt doing for my Mark 1, could you do it? Yeah, of course. Bring it to me and I'll do it, and I'll do a video of it. The price will be pay, obviously get the parts, or pay me for the parts, and I'll get some video content out of it. And if you want to pay me anything extra, you can do that. Yeah, I might be a service depot in the future, so that might be that might be another thing that changes. But I am having people coming to me saying, can you work on my Ford Focus Mark 1? Yeah, I am not a professional mechanic, so there's a disclaimer there straight away. But if it's a job I think I can do, then yeah, okay, no problem. But that's not an advertisement, guys, so don't email me too much, because, as I say, I already have 3 cars on my own, so it has to be on if I have got the time to do it. There is also a small niche that actually I've forgotten about, and that is Project Victor. Well, I say Project Victor, but it's a Rover 25 that my friend has recently bought. Bought a few months ago, and the car is continuing to work seamlessly, no problems. It flew the MOT, that Rover 25. What's an absolute steal of a car for £1,000. And I find it rather sad that you can buy one that good for that cheap, because clearly people just don't think they're worth much now, even today. But it's good for the people that want to own a Rover. It's kind of almost like a secret group that no one really thinks about. You know, everybody's going for BMWs and Fords, and paying through the nose because of the name. Whereas Rover, it's automatically 50% less valuable, which is great for the people that buy them and love them. It remains a cheap form of transport. Probably why not many of them in preservation. Anyway, I'm going to leave this little update here. We're looking forward to the new year. That is how things are going to change for this channel. I've had to look at myself in the mirror and realise actually what I'm doing is way too much for me personally. And I'm having a bit of not a burnout, but I'm realising that there's some things that I'm not quite happy in my head with. So that's the way it's going to be. And you take care. I shall see you very soon.